Wow. Thank you. And thank you so much to Doug and the Board of Governors for this incredible honor, President Kinloch, members of the faculty. It really is fantastic. And I'm very proud and very humbled to be recognized in this way. But I am also delighted to join the BCIT family and this outstanding class of graduates. So thank you. And speaking of graduates, congratulations to all of you for a goal that you set, a dream that you held dear, becomes a reality today. And not just for you. As President Kinloch said, and Doug mentioned as well, but this dream is also coming true for family members, lifelong friends, new BCIT pals that shared that dream with you. This is a good time to acknowledge that most of you probably didn't get here totally on your own. Yes, you did the heavy lifting, but others were alongside you in this journey. They traveled this road with you, and today they celebrate with you and share your feelings of fulfillment and accomplishment. I once heard this iconic American statesman, his name is George Shultz, and he said in this speech, he said, "You can rarely accomplish anything that is really important by yourself." Perhaps today is one of the many proof points of that observation. Relationships matter today, and they will matter throughout your life. And that's one of the two thoughts I'm going to leave you with today. Reflecting on my career, my life, there's this web of relationships that were and still are critically intertwined with my ups, my downs, my wins and losses, my passions, my pitfalls. My parents' love filled me with confidence. With university friends, I challenged my boundaries. My husband, my son, kept me grounded. My girlfriends helped me cope with all that grounding. And students and mentees gave me more insights than I think maybe I gave them. And the list goes on. For sure, I would not be standing here before you today were it not for those different people and all those unique relationships. And the remarkable aspect of those relationships came in how they actually helped me to learn about me. They revealed how I could contribute to their success, their happiness, help them to fulfill their dreams. They helped me understand what I actually had to offer. So my first message to you is that relationships of all shapes, sizes, and dimensions matter. Seek them out, embrace them, invest in them, treasure them, and learn from them. Today, you graduate from one of Canada's premier institutions with depth and capabilities. You have skills, leading-edge knowledge and insights in business, finance, accounting, energy, engineering, technology, just to name a few of these incredible capabilities and capabilities that we so need in Canada and globally, but we want to keep you here in Canada. Your newfound knowledge will be put to the test, and you'll be given the opportunity to apply those learnings in unique and challenging ways. How cool is that? As you think about your experience here at BCIT, I also encourage you to reflect on what you learned about yourself. Take the time to think about you. What are your takeaways? How did you grow? What are your insights about you after your experience here? You know, this idea of learning about myself was not something I was very attuned to when I graduated. The focus was all about the subject matter, the skills, the coursework. And yet, in retrospect, It is probably one of the most empowering and liberating efforts we can make to reflect on who we are as individuals. I am confident, knowing BCIT, that you were given many opportunities to challenge your capabilities and shape your opinions. How did you do? What did you learn? What did you learn about you? I didn't start my career planning to be a business leader or a CEO. In fact, I was quite determined that I was going to be a doctor. I loved biology, I was interested in medicine, so that was all there was to it. So I jumped right into the prerequisite courses. While struggling to find my passion for organic chemistry, I kept charging down that path. When I was awarded an internship with a physician, I asked if I could get exposure to the hospital or the medical school. I was curious, what else went on? Where did doctors work? My intern experience was working with health economists and health system policy. It was life-changing. I learned I loved the analysis. I loved the system integration. The policy component was fantastic. I had never heard of the business of health or health policy in my life, and here I was finding it so incredibly engaging. That moment, that time, shaped the rest of my life. It sent me down a different path and taught me a few things about me. First, I did learn that I didn't know what I didn't know, and unless I took some action to change that, asked questions, went exploring, went looking around the corner, I would remain pretty uninformed about what I actually liked and didn't like. You know, we learn our capabilities by exploring, trying, failing, or succeeding wildly. We choose to test ourselves. We choose to risk failing. And in making those choices, we reveal more and often discover we can do so much more. Thomas Edison once said, and I quote, "If we did all the things we are really capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves." For most of you, the path you choose today will feel right now and years from now. For others, you might begin to find the path, maybe it's comfortable or it's not what you want. The ground you're on is unsteady or the incline too steep, or maybe you think the view is uninspiring. That's okay. You can choose to find a new path, and in doing so, take what you learned about yourself from the journey you were just on and leverage and use those insights for the next path. When I abandoned my pre-med plans, those relationships we talked about earlier, those relationships I had nurtured, they came in pretty useful. My parents and friends gave me the support I needed to take this leap of faith. They confirmed I wasn't going to enter into some dark abyss. In fact, taking the decision was freeing. It shed light on and revealed new insights about me, my stubbornness to keep going when it just didn't make sense, as well as new passions. That self-awareness informed lots of future decision-making. Throughout my career, I sought out new challenges. I actually left and came back to GE 3 times. I took another leap by becoming the CEO of a nonprofit called the Toronto Board of Trade. Honestly, when the recruiter called, I barely knew what the organization was about and wasn't sure I'd meet, and asked why he called me. But I kept an open mind, and I went to the meeting, I listened, I took the job. Almost 10 years later, I was looking back on one of the best decisions of my career and one of the most enriching experiences in my life. Choices about career paths, tough work decisions, where to play, who to like, who to love, those decisions become easier through the years, not because I studied my options and analyzed my choices more, but because I got to know myself better. My tendency to look around the corner, look behind the curtain, or look into myself actually helped me to define my likes, my pitfalls, my passions, my moral compass. And I guess here's a second bit of wisdom, if I can share some with you today. Life is all about choices. You wake up and you decide your mood, the clothes you'll wear, what you'll eat, what you will do, and who you will do it with. When you join friends or family for breakfast, you will bring an attitude to that table that will impact everyone around you. The same at work when you walk into a room. You choose whether to make their day better or not by how you choose to live your day. At work, you have choices to make all the time. It can be difficult, stressful, just downright hard. As you know more about yourself, you can build a framework for making those choices that's built around values because you understand what's important to you. It reflects your moral compass because you begin to have one of what's right, what's wrong. You show a consistent style because you have these groundings, and you overcome your biases because you begin to learn what they actually are. Knowing yourself also gives you confidence and courage. It provides a grounding that helps you form opinions, speak your mind, and challenge others, attributes that are so critical in today's society. You get to choose which path you follow, the attitude you bring into a room, the relationships you will make, the opinions you hold, the moral compass that will guide you. You have already chosen very wisely by studying at BCIT, enhancing your education, gaining practical insights and perspectives. But as you leave today, reflect on the person you are as a result of your BCIT experience. What have you learned about you? And with that combined knowledge, help us solve the world's challenging problems. We're counting on you, and so looking forward to all that you can bring. My thanks and my warmest congratulations.